2. Can I count you down, guys?
Yes. Count me down.
3, 2, 1, go.
No, aren't you supposed to be like 3?
Yeah, you have to do the
Action.
last two
Okay,
countings
alright.
are silent. Yeah, go.
And we're live in 3.
Wait, start from 5.
Yeah, you start from 5. Yeah, start from
And
5.
we're live in 5, 4, 3.
Guys, welcome to Luke and Lewis, episode 402.
How have we already lost count? We just hit a milestone.
I know, 102, already lost count. Bro, how good was the I'm Alex episode?
So
that was
good.
Check that out if
He
you haven't heard
does
it.
have a
Penthouse apartment.
we turned the sound down.
Huge penthouse apartment.
Guys,
Huge.
look.
Oh,
Stop
I
pressing
didn't
it.
mean to keep
Huge
pressing
Oh,
it.
now I've pressed
penthouse
it.
apartment.
That's a great button, guys. Man, it's been a huge week for me. I think we can all agree that Luke got his blue tick on Instagram. No one really cared about
Blue Tick
that.
King, lot of hype.
Well, a lot of hype. Some would say unjustified.
Self-appointed hype.
Self-appointed. Luke Kidgel was
Which
hyped.
is better than no hype.
That
which
is
what I've
true.
seen on your end.
Well, hey, look, man, I got my fucking blue tick. Guys, it worked.
Well done.
The strategy worked.
Yes.
A huge strategy. We thought, so Luke got his blue tick, and obviously he's not famous enough to get it, but he does have a lot of fake accounts that are
Well, I've
impersonating
got more
him.
followers than you, so what does that say about you on Instagram?
Look, I'm famous in the streets.
Yeah.
You heard Cursor. You're not verified in the streets, mate.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything about me, so I think he was heavily implying that I am verified in the streets.
I've taken some time to think about that diss as well,
Right.
and I would actually like to come back with a rebuttal, but we'll wait. Well, you can talk about your thing first, and
Okay.
then I would like to diss Cursor back.
Ooh.
That's how rap battles work, right? You get
Yes.
a week to think about your response,
Yeah.
and you calculate it, and then
Yeah.
you come back with like a...
You write poems about another man in a notebook. It's all very gay.
Dude, that's so funny. I
Yeah.
think I was gonna... Did I tell you about that bit I was writing about that?
I think so.
Yeah, just so funny. Rap battles amuse me.
They
It's
are.
just like Machine Gun Kelly versus Eminem, and I'm like, dude, you are grown ass men just writing rhymes about each other. It's
know.
kind of cute.
It is a little bit cute.
If you did that to me, I'd be like, that's really nice, man.
It's even cuter because I've been to like live in-person rap battles, and it's even cuter when they like get in each other's faces and they're surrounded by all their good friends
Yeah.
and they like scream them at each other.
Yeah.
That's really good. Where they're like, it's basically just two grown men talking about having sex with each other's mother and then beating the shit out of each other, but it's fine because it rhymes.
Yes.
And if they were to actually do any of those things, everyone would be like, whoa, that's a bit fucking much.
And then there was the time that 360 said to Cursor that he looks like a tennis instructor, and
Yeah.
that made me laugh.
that was good.
Because I was like, you do wear a lot of white polos at the time.
So was that your diss, taking someone else's?
No.
This-
I've got mine prepared.
Okay, great. Well,
Oh, actually, that's not entirely true, but you keep going.
okay. Well, what we decided to do was we wanted to test the theory of if we got all of the listeners to create fake Lewis Spears accounts, could I get a blue tick? And all of you guys did it. And it worked like straight away. As soon as the episode came out, I applied for it when there were enough fake accounts. The day after, I just got my tick out of nowhere. So that shit really did work. And also, it made me realize a lot of my friends are dumb as fuck and followed all these fake accounts back, thinking that I'd made some secret personal account.
Maybe that's because I'm on the show that we organized to do that on. But yeah, I got followed by a few of them during the week. Like
Yeah.
one was called The Real Lewis Spears.
They were so
If
obviously
someone-
fake.
If someone like followed me on like, oh, the real Lewis Spears follow me. Well, I have no reason to believe that this is not the real Lewis.
I
know the real Lewis.
actually got I actually got inundated with like messages on DMs on Instagram, text to my phone,
I'm shocked
screenshots.
you
Is
have
this you?
this many friends.
Me too. I had no idea how many people because even if that was a personal account, I'm
Yeah.
not talking to these people anyway.
A
What
bunch
do they
of friends
want?
coming out of the woodwork as soon as you get a tick.
Maybe I guess so. That really proves Lewis has got a big tick. I want to
Yeah.
be on his real secret account. So I hope anyone with a fake account is not harassing my friends. That wouldn't be nice.
Well, now you could probably just deactivate them, right? Although don't do it too
No,
quick because you
I
don't want
have-
to lose your tick.
Look, I have a plan, and I would like to call someone for the show now. Here we go. Zach, mate, welcome to the show.
Mate, it's good to be back. I'm becoming a bit of a regular. I'm loving it.
Yeah, you are. Tour manager Zach, you're in
Yes.
charge of us on the regional tour. Are you looking forward to doing that again at the end of this year?
Oh, mate, not at all.
I don't think there will be a tour to be.
No, there is absolutely no way we're all getting into an RV again, even if the restrictions lift. Fuck that.
Oh, mate, RV tour was great, you know. I just sent it off to Hawaii midway through.
Yeah, you abandoned us.
Yeah.
Now, we were just talking about, Zach, how I got my blue tick. Now, when I got my blue tick, Zach, you were one of the first people to message me and ask, how did I do it?
Yeah.
And you also messaged me to ask if one of the fake accounts that followed you was me.
Exactly.
And I have a question for you, Zach. Are you stupid? What?
It was a joke you did.
Oh, okay. That's good. Good cover. Good cover.
But, mate, that's why I said you need a blue tick to prove that you're a real person.
Yeah.
And then you've gone and done it 2 days later. I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, people thought you did. You cheated your way to a tick.
I really did. Now, it got me thinking, Zach. I talked about this with you. How many followers do you have on Instagram?
Just over 7.5K.
Right, so 7,500. So I think we can all agree you absolutely do not deserve a blue tick.
Oh, no, I definitely do.
But you really want one.
Okay, so what?
It's been a lifelong dream, you know.
No, but
I
Zach,
want the
what
blue
would?
tick and 10K for a swipe up, you know, like I'd die a happy
What
man.
the fuck are you going to do?
What are you
Use a
promoting?
swipe up for? What are you promoting? Cascade Lager?
Well, no, I've got my OnlyFans and stuff like that. You
Huh.
can swing on in and, you know.
I'm
see what
good.
I'm doing.
Are you still posting to that?
No, not at all.
No. Okay.
No, Zach. At the top of your Instagram, what would it even say? Like, would it say public figure? Like, what are you? Are you an entertainer?
I can't even remember. For a while there, I had it as a hot dog joint.
I think, well,
That's
that might be
pretty
your first
accurate.
problem, but that is quite accurate. You'd probably have more hot dogs than the average joint in you.
But the fact that it says hot dog joint, I was like, what the hell? Like, how is that even?
Yeah, that shouldn't be an
is
option
that
on the
a good
gram.
thing?
Yeah, it doesn't have. It's not store. It only has hot dog joint.
Yeah.
Weird.
What's with that?
I don't know. Well, what I was thinking, Zach, if you're up to it, we can test our blue tick theory. Get all of the listeners to create fake Zach Wild Instagram accounts.
We should have discussed this before the show because I was going to come to you today and say, let's get Luke and Lewis verified.
Oh,
With the same, doing exactly the same idea, but now why would we do this for Zach? What do we get in return?
what do you get? Well, that's a good point, Luke.
Yeah.
Now, Zach, me and Zach were pretty set on this idea, but now the Luke and Lewis needs to tick much more.
Yeah.
So, Zach, what
we
do you
also
have
just
to,
hit 10K on Instagram. So there's,
Look,
What do you have to
I think
offer?
By me coming in that RV alone was worth a blue tick. Let alone
we
everything
paid
else
you.
I did.
That was a business transaction. We did get you drunk and make you decide.
Yeah. Have you told the people about that? You got me drunk and you got me cheap.
Yeah.
We may or
think
may
we
not
did
have
tell
got
people that.
Zach drunk and then got him to agree to below his standard fee.
Yep.
But
Well below.
all's fair in love and war, mate.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah. Shouldn't have let you guard down at the casino that night.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Oh,
Although
he's hung up on me.
Great.
Call just
No,
ended.
don't need to call him back. Actually, put your phone in airplane mode. I don't want to hear from him again.
Yep. All right.
Uh,
Put it on airplane mode.
I think we need to discuss this.
Mhm.
I would have appreciated if you had have ran this by me before the show.
Yeah.
I just don't think we love Zach on this show,
Mm.
but we've
We
got
do love
two.
Zach.
Keelan doesn't have a tick. Ruben. I feel like we should have gone round the room and been
Yeah.
like, who needs the tick most? And I can't believe you landed on Zach as the number one person in your life who must get a tick.
I just thought it would be. Yes, I think everyone in here deserves a tick. I
Yeah.
thought it would be hilarious to give it to the one cunt
that doesn't.
doesn't deserve a tick at all.
But he does have a lot of followers. I'm surprised he has 7,000 followers. I think it's because he's in some of Isaac's videos.
Yeah, I think so.
And what was he on when he toured with us? 4,000.
I think we promised him a lot of followers as well.
We got
promised-
about 500 over the tour from us.
Yeah, so we've been giving Zach a lot on Instagram.
Yeah, but Isaac's really got that market of
Yeah.
I'm going to follow a ginger with a beard.
Yeah.
That's Isaac's vibe.
Yeah, that's not really our vibe.
Because they're
at
already
all.
following a brunette with a beard. It's not much of a stretch.
I mean, all you have is a ginger beard.
Yes, and that's when I don't shave for a week, and it's just calling it a beard. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Most people just go, "What is that on your chin?"
Get
Thumb
rid of
fluff.
Okay. Well, should we get him a tick or should we get Luke and Lewis a tick? I think it would be. Look, the main reason
I'll
I
be really
thought.
pissed off if he gets one before Luke and Lewis.
The
That's all I'm gonna
reason
say.
I did think that we should get Zach to do it is because I'm not going to be honest. It's fucking awful having all those people make fake accounts and all your
Yeah.
friends message you and then they follow it back and you don't know who they're talking to. So I didn't really want to do that to the show. To my dear friend Zach, however, would be very happy to ruin
So what
his
you're
week.
saying is you should have done it organically, like myself.
No, I'm very happy with my tick. It was
Okay.
just
you did definitely cheat your way there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm actually happier that I scammed my way to the top because that's much more my vibe. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, a few people messaged me going, "Look, I'm so proud of you for bullying Lewis to the point where he felt insecure without a tick, and he finally got his shit together."
Yep. And it happened.
It did. Bullying works.
It
Yeah.
really does. Yeah, we need to bring it back into the schooling system.
I think so. I think that's actually one of the worst parts of school was those like the cyberbullying things. Fair enough, cyberbullying, because that can get pretty bad.
Yeah.
But in your face bullying, great, love it,
Love it.
love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fat shaming works on this show.
Yeah.
It's
Really
had
does.
worked to me in the past.
Yeah. It stopped working, but
Did you see Meg's TikTok and Instagram? It wasn't good, was it?
so there's a real body image issue going on in the relationship when your girlfriend makes a TikTok without your knowledge of making you look like the Grinch.
Well, she said to me about a week and a half ago when one day I was getting to bed and she said, "You look like the Grinch." And then I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then about a week later, she's called me into the room. She's filming.
Yeah.
And then she dressed me up as the Grinch and she goes, "Push your stomach out," which now I'm not going to defend myself.
Yeah.
I'm not in great shape at the moment, but I've always been able to do that regardless.
Yeah.
Like even when I was really like skinny in high school, I could always I think most
What
guys
look like
can just,
the Grinch.
yeah, just bulge out your stomach.
I can't do that at all.
Most guys can. That's
Yeah.
like why there's those challenges on TikTok, like the flab to ab challenge. where
Girls can do it way better than guys, probably because they start off
it's
smaller.
just tensing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, there was a bit of shaming happening in the comments, which I knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
And Meg was like, "Please, please, please, can I upload it?" And I was like, "You're lucky. I also find this hilarious."
Yeah.
You're lucky that
You know what? If you did that to her, that'd be
I
it.
was thinking that.
It'd be over.
Yeah, double
I
standards.
could never do that to
massively.
Jazz. Ever.
No way. Imagine calling your girlfriend into the room, dressing her up as the Grinch, and then cutting
It's
to
funny
her.
because you've put on weight.
Yeah.
You could never do that ever. Get it? Because you've let yourself go a little
And
bit.
all these girls in the comments are going, you guys are the cutest. I'm like, this isn't cute. This is fucking toxic.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Man. Anyway, that was good fun. And it has motivated me to get back out there. Not yet. I'm not going to make a promise. I thought you guys were going to bully me about this, but it kind of came up organically.
Yeah.
That's fine. And
So you're not going to get
no,
on the
I
run?
prepared a statement.
Quarantine is the perfect time to start the fitness journey. I mean,
No,
I
hey-
haven't been doing it at all
Hey,
either.
Winter,
Oh, you
the
run.
world, so like the world gym turns into an
World Gym shut, isn't
actual. No, it's still open, but I have a membership. I'm now like a regular person now who has a gym membership.
Oh,
I have the
fuck.
membership, and I just
still have
don't go.
I got a gym membership to my fucking local gym at my parents'
no
house.
longer
They just
local.
reopened and they started charging me again. I got to cancel it.
Yeah,
But then I feel like I'm shitting on a poor, like, impoverished business.
you don't live in the area anymore. That's fair enough.
Yeah, that's true.
They go,
Yeah.
"What's the reason for the change?" Like, I moved to Frankston. I'm not going to drive 45. Oh, I can't. I'm not going to drive. There, that's it. Because I can't.
Yeah, okay, I'll call them.
That's a pretty good excuse. I'm not going to catch public transport for 50 minutes to go to your gym.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's one closer.
I know.
Is there one down the road? No, you don't
yeah.
have one close anymore.
No, I do actually. Yeah, but I don't want to go because Corona.
Right. Anyway, I'm just not going to get out there because I don't like the cold.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'm a massive, like, when it gets to September and it starts warming
Hate
up
cold
again.
weather. Love a cold beer.
Dude, I had my first on-tap beer last night for the first time since COVID.
Yeah.
Keelan, it was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw.
I just knew you wouldn't care, so.
I also had an on-tap beer the other night.
So you guys just giving up on you, huh? Giving
It
up
was,
on saving the world.
I also
stopping
had
COVID.
4 margaritas at the same time.
That's excessive.
Man, I have to say I'm really loving the rise of bitch drinks. Like boys have just given up on Like,
Oh, cruises are not shameful anymore.
oh, they used to be. I remember when I was like 16, 18.
Cider is.
if you took a
Cider's
cru-
still
oh,
the
yeah.
only drink that
Cider
you
is.
get shit on because it's like, have a cruiser, great, they're delicious.
Yeah.
But ciders aren't as delicious and you're still not drinking beer.
Yeah, it's like you either go full on, because you know why?
Have something pink.
Having a beer is like gross, so that's manly. But
Yep.
having like a pink cruiser
I like beer
is,
now, though.
is you're so manly that you can embrace something feminine with confidence.
You're in
that's
touch.
more manly.
You're in touch with your watermelon
Yeah.
palate.
Whereas if you have a cider, you're in the middle. You're a bitch.
Yeah, and I used to, when I was 18, I started off drinking cider
Of course.
and on tap. And do you know how weird that is, filling up a jug of cider? And all my friends, I
Never
used
seen
to be
that.
like, do you want a split one? They'd be like, no. And I had one mate who also enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then I grew out of it before him, and he'd be like, want to split a jug of cider? And I'd be like, no, I've moved on.
You
I'm
betrayed
sorry.
him.
And he's kept on getting pints. Anyway, guys, it's good to be back.
So who are we getting
Pubs.
the blue tick? Or should we just do a race? Everyone make fake accounts for Zach Wild and Luke and Lewis.
Ruben, Keelan, let's start the race. Let's do a four-person race. You guys will be lucky.
We're going to need your consent. Does Ruben's very early in his comedy career, does he really need a bunch? How many followers do you have?
I have about 850 or so.
Yeah, I feel like
Too early for a fan
it's
account.
too early to have fake
Because
accounts. That'll actually fuck
Outside
with
of
him.
this show, you wouldn't have this platform to be like, make me fake accounts. So, I mean, we love cheating the system here, though.
If we're successful, why don't we put mine on hold?
Yeah.
If the other ones are successful, then I'll go for it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
create fake accounts for Zach Wild and Luke and Lewis.
And Keelan, if he wants
I
it.
already have a couple fake accounts.
Okay, and Keelan. All right, and then let's see who gets
Keelan
their
will
blue tick first. Oh
much
no,
do
that's
anything
why
for
I
fame
didn't
at this
do.
point.
That's why I didn't do Luke and Lewis, because to get verified, you have to send a picture of your driver's license. There is no Luke and Lewis license. How does a business?
We need to get a driver's license with both of our heads on it.
Tell Instagram we're some kind of Siamese twin?
Yeah, maybe we can't get verified for
That's
Luke and
why.
Lewis.
That's why I went with Zach instead of Luke and Lewis.
All right, well, Zach it is then.
Zach, it is.
That's annoying.
Fake accounts for Mr. Zach Wild. Create as many as you can. Follow him. Create 2. You know, everyone listening to this, create 2 fake Zach Wild accounts. It really works if you follow every single person that he follows. And let's get it rolling. Let's see if we can get this Rango blue tick.
Let's see if we can cheat our way there.
Fuck yeah.
Now, Lewis, we just ticked over 100 episodes last week.
Yes, big milestone.
And I just thought it'd be, I feel like this maybe begins or could begin, if we play our cards right, a new era for the show.
Oh, I like that.
A fresh, exciting,
Yep.
not a restart, more just like, let's just keep the ball rolling, but let's kind of make sure we don't make any past mistakes that we have.
Yeah, that's
again.
we've 100 episodes. We both have blue ticks. We need to like level up. We need to start doing better.
I had a look at the sound off section of episode 100.
Yep.
And look, there was a lot of people congratulating us on the milestone. Thank you all very much. Glenn McLaughlin said, it's really cool to go back to the first episode and see the fact that you lads have somehow managed to make so little progress in the right direction
Hey!
with every factor.
Wait, what?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Here's to the next 100.
What's he thought we made heaps of progress?
I mean, we've added multiple angles.
Yeah, multiple angles. We added a guy who looks like Lord Farquaad.
That's progress.
We have a guy sitting in another room making fucking TikToks.
Yeah, but as far as content on the show, we've
Yeah.
still got the spotlight curtains.
Yeah, but mine is steamed. That's
Oh,
an
not
improvement.
anymore. We got this at the start.
We
He's
forgot
right.
to take this down.
Yeah, we did. He's right in the fact that maybe if you just watch the full episode every week,
Yeah,
it's been pretty
amazing.
much of
to
a
see how-
muchness for 100 episodes.
We look.
Behind
I
the scenes, I agree, a lot's changed.
behind the scenes, a lot's changed. But as far as on the show, yeah. Look, let me tell you how we planned episode 100. We walked in, we were like, "Oh, it's episode 100. Should we get some shit from Spotlight?" And that was it.
But I think that's the part of the appeal of the show.
Yeah.
Is that usually the appeal is like, look at these guys do their best.
Yeah,
But our appeal is like, look at these guys barely try
yeah.
and yet still do a convincingly reasonable job.
Mm-hmm.
That's the appeal. So we asked the Discord, what are the worst things we've ever done? So
Oh, okay.
You can join the secret sound off section on our Patreon. That's how we fund the show.
Don't tell anyone though.
But you shut the fuck up. We also have a doesn't matter.
You'll find out when you get there.
Yeah, but there might be something there that happens twice a month.
Twice a month.
But
Episodes.
secret. So Keelan said, yeah, what's the worst things we've ever done? And I think that this was originally for some kind of compilation, but I think it's also good for us just to reflect so we never do these things again.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with this one. Dusk Frame on the Discord said, trying to bring back Koshi's columns
yeah.
at the Perth show. That was
Didn't work.
and that flopped on the night in the room. We got
Yeah.
a live audience feed of how poorly
Yeah.
received that was.
That really didn't go well. And then also on the live stream, I clearly didn't learn my lesson. I
You
bought
bought a $26 book and
Yeah,
then
bought
ended up
Koshi's
throwing it at the wall.
tried to bring that into the show. I thought, oh, maybe instead of Koshi's columns, you could have Koshi's novels. And reading from that book didn't work at all. So I think Koshi might be blacklisted from the show.
Yeah, I think.
But I'd say that's not really my fault. That's Koshi's fault.
Can we permanently blacklist? I like that idea. Just ban all David Kosh chat from our show
Yes.
and associates. No
Yep.
longer we no
we
longer
can't even talk about what show is he on.
we
The
no
morning
longer
show?
reference the cash cow from
The cash
Sunrise. Or the what's the blonde girl's name? They're interchangeable a bit, aren't they? Is it Sam now? He's gone through a couple of hosts in
Is
his
that
time.
that chick with a square head? Or is that someone? No, that's the
Who
one
cares?
on
She's
Channel
black-
10.
Hey, guys.
Armitage.
Who?
Armitage.
Well, because we're not allowed to talk about her because she's an
Keelan,
associate
can
of
you
David
get
Koch.
that shit off your screen, all right? She's blacklisted, you know that.
Yep.
This guy.
So yeah,
Yeah.
let's do a Koshi ban. Moving
Can you
forward.
not say his name?
Sorry. Let's move on. Mike hosting the hiking segment without actually hiking. People voted as one of the worst moments of the show, and that was episode 7.
Yeah, that was one of the most hyped up things that he'd ever done on our show. Like, man, I'm going to go for a hike. I'm going to review the hike, Mike's hikes. It's going to be great.
He promised a segment called Mike's Hikes, and then came in the next week with just an opener, and then revealed halfway through the segment that he never went on a hike. It was pretty underwhelming audio.
Very underwhelming.
So let's never
So blacklist Mike is
No,
from the show as
let's
well
just
forever.
blacklist rhyming name segments except for Keelan's Melons.
Yeah, okay.
We'll put that on hiatus at the
Hang on.
moment.
That segment's not on this list.
No, people enjoy Keelan's Melons.
Oh, really?
That was
the
that.
best segment of the show.
I would, if that is your true opinion, I would put you on this list.
I would love to blacklist Big Brother recaps, but
Absolutely.
there are about 3 people in the sound off section who do say they keep coming back just for that, and we want to keep those people. So I
That's
guess
like $15 a month. We need the money.
exactly.
That's right.
So
You haven't even got it ready, cut.
someone said the flame at the live shows. I agree. That wasn't a very good idea.
What was that?
Every show at the live show. On
Oh,
the
the
tour, we would
temporary
burn
flame.
The temporary flame, but then some shows we just forgot it. And so-
Funny in theory, I thought. And also probably would have been funny in practice had we practiced.
It was a little bit funny in the room at the opening ceremony because
Yeah.
it was like the Olympics and we lit the flame.
Yeah.
But then the other shows didn't have the same vibe as the opening ceremony.
Yeah, okay.
So-
Wasn't there a bit in the Sydney show you had to get someone on stage to show you how to use a lighter?
Yeah.
I thought that was a good
That was
bit.
good. That led to good content.
Yeah.
But maybe that idea wasn't great. And other people just said some pretty mean stuff, actually. Just like, just stuff that I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
They said they didn't like you doing your Wuhan coughs throughout Corona.
Oh, I thought that was a great
I
bit.
thought it was
I thought
fine.
that was
They also
funny.
said Luke doing his new shoe bit to death. But,
Yeah, I'm over that.
no, I'm
Fully over that.
Well,
Yep.
these are
you know what?
Luke's
I think,
back today.
No, I reckon we should blacklist all Luke's shoe
Oh, I
humor
was
from the show.
I was thinking about getting new shoes.
I think you should get an amputation.
No, that's
if
what
you-
happens. As soon as the joke gets a bit stale, you just purchase yourself some new shoes, and boom, we're back.
That sucks.
And other people saying this is why I didn't agree with some of them. Some
Yep.
people were saying the Waluigi bit. Other people were saying the warehouse poo. But I thought
I think
Completely
that. No, I would
disagree.
say quite literally that's the shittest part of the show because it's a poo.
yeah. And then a few other people saying Koshi's columns was pretty grim, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
So
was.
it was just a resounding
What you know
no
what?
to Koshi.
Why was Koshi's column so good on radio
I
and
don't-
absolutely dead on the podcast?
I don't think it was ever good on radio. I think we were doing 5 days a week of radio,
40-minute
and we just had
days
to
every week.
we just had to fill time, and
Yeah.
people were like, "Well, it is a good financial tip."
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it personally amused us because he was also on mainstream media. We were just pooing on Koshi.
I think that's what we got out of it. We
Yeah.
got a lot of Koshi slams in a short span of about 6 months live on national radio,
Yeah,
and that was more for us.
yeah, that was really.
So
much
one
more
for
us.
them, one for us.
Yeah.
Is usually how a show works, but apparently, yeah, that wasn't well received. So yeah, just moving forward, let's avoid David Kosh
Yeah.
and any segment that rhymes with Mike. So that rules out Mike Strikes and Mike Stikes, where
Yeah.
he just reviews
Lesbian
lesbians.
porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
That segment is a problematic name anyway.
It's not great.
No. Okay.
That shouldn't be the only reason why we rule out that segment.
Now, as we're moving forward and the show's progressing, obviously we want to drop some things, but we also want to keep some pillars
Yep.
of the show. Mostly all of the rules. Actually, all we really added then was more rules. We have a lot of rules on this show.
Not really. Just no shout outs. Now no David Kosh, which I
Yep.
like.
No rhyming segments.
Right, we did it a couple.
Yeah. Now, there is another rule on the show, which is you're not allowed to plug things without earning it. Now, I have something huge to plug, which will go unnamed, right?
Good.
It's a physical product that's coming out at a date that I can't say until I'm
Well, it's more
allowed to plug.
More for personal things. Like we're
Yeah.
always happy to plug our tours because usually we're touring at the same time.
Yeah.
Because that comes out
That's an
even.
exception to the rule.
Right.
Tours, but
And
anything
merch.
and anything Luke and Lewis and
Yeah.
anything live show allowed to plug the shit out of
We're
that.
happy to scream buy sock, buy
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah, I mean that's low effort. That's
But
easy.
this I get nothing out of.
And that's the
That's
issue.
the problem.
Because you get absolutely nothing out of this. And mate, even though you are my best friend, if you ever wanted to promote something that would benefit you, I'd be all against it if there was nothing in it for me.
Yeah, and it
So-
goes. It's very reciprocated.
Yeah.
So this is a segment we used to call in the radio show "Earn a Plug." We've
Yeah.
done it a couple times on the podcast, and it's essentially where I give Lewis an ultimatum,
Yeah.
and then he gets to plug it if he complies.
Yep.
All you got to do is comply. It's that simple.
Okay. Well, I would like to promote something.
Great.
For
How
my own
badly?
benefit? A lot, really badly.
Cool.
It's
So
very important to me.
I've got something really easy. This won't be a problem. You'll be plugging in 10 seconds.
Okay.
All I want you to do is promise that you will always refer to this garage as a garage. That's it. Because Lewis thinks it's a studio.
I know it's a studio.
It's a garage. Keelan tweeted, I work at, the other day, I enjoyed that tweet. He said, it's so weird. I work at a garage for 8 hours a day. That is weird.
Wouldn't be weird if you're a mechanic.
No. But he's not a mechanic.
Fuck. This is. Well, I really don't want to do this.
So how badly did you want to plug your thing?
Really badly. It's very important to me.
So all you got to do is be like, yes, we do our show out of a garage. And
So I have to call it every time I call this. When I'm talking about this area,
I'm not calling it a studio.
I have to call it a garage.
Mhm.
That's it. No other rules.
I feel like you're about to find a loophole.
No, but I just have to call it a garage, right? That's what you said. There's no other rules.
I can't think of any other loopholes here.
Let's do a practice.
Yeah.
Right? Pretend
Yeah.
that you've done this deal. Lewis, where are we right now?
Well, we're in a studio. I haven't done the deal, obviously.
No,
You know?
but pretend. We're just
No,
pretend.
no. See, you're an idiot, Ruben. This isn't how you negotiate.
No,
you
no.
know?
We're
I just want to make
When
sure.
we're-
no, if
We're
you have
hypothetically-
something up your sleeve, you don't go, "Oh, mate, you want to have a look?"
No, we're
You just-
That's what
I'm trying to-
I'm trying to see if there's something up your
No, no,
sleeve.
There's
wait-
nothing on my sleeve.
no.
Who said that?
This is hypothetical, right? This is off the record, right?
Yep.
No one's going to judge you here if you
Yep.
call it a garage
Mhm.
because we just want to see if
Yeah.
you have anything up your sleeve because it seems like you've
I've got another sleeve up my sleeve,
just hypothetically,
Yep.
if you were to comply.
and inside that sleeve I have another sleeve.
Okay.
3 sleeves.
3 layers.
That's it. Yep. Got to be warm.
Right, so cold in here because it's a
Studio.
no,
But-
garage.
But
With
but
poor heating.
I would just like to clarify before any deal is made. The deal is I must refer to this as a garage, and then I can plug
Always.
my thing always, forever.
Yes.
What about until this thing is gone?
Okay, and then you can keep lying to yourself from then onwards.
All right. Deal.
Cool.
Mhm.
Go, plug away.
You're not going to ask me where we are?
I might during the plug.
Okay. Guys, I'm happy to announce that
Hang on.
What?
Where are we?
We're in a garage.
That's a dick move.
We're in a garage.
For audio listeners, he's crossing his fingers. That's childish.
Well, that's the deal. I'm saying that we're in a garage. Guys, we're in a garage. I think that we are currently in a garage.
You know he's winking.
That's the worst wink I've ever seen, by the way.
Guys, I'm happy.
You can't wink properly.
July 31 from the garage. I'm happy to promote that my U2's figure comes out. It's really, really cool. July 31, very limited quantities. So make sure you get on it. And this is July 31 American time. So figure that out in your own time zones. It's got an awesome box. I'm going to reveal that on my podcast later and on Instagram as well. But it's really, really cool. And Luke doesn't have one. So that's even more reason to grab it.
Yeah, because I'm an adult and I don't feel the need to play with toys.
Well, no, it's a vinyl collectible figure. You wouldn't really play with it. It's something more to display and enjoy.
Yeah, I hope no one's playing with it. What are you going to do with that? If you're like, going, oh, hello, Mr. Spears, with your other ones, like, this is Batman. Hi, Batman.
Great. So I'm gonna leave him there to flip off the camera, and that's great.
Yeah, I do like it. It's very cool.
It is cool, isn't it? I'm super stoked with it. And I'm being
By the
told
way,
it's the tallest U2's figure as well, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
People have been asking me throughout the week, Luke, when are you making your U2's figure? Never. I just
Never?
want to make that very clear. No, it's a toy, and that's ridiculous. I will make I'll do a collaboration with Mountain Dew before I make a U2's figure.
You never want a U2's figure ever.
No, I do want to do shoes.
Oh, you like to do shoes?
Yeah, I was just gonna want to write new on them.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, because then everyone can get new shoes.
That's really good.
Yeah, but it's just not a very affordable.
That's a very
price point
expensive
of merch.
startup
Yeah.
business as
It's
well.
going to be a lot to get them designed, and the quality. It's like, how do you even get a shoe manufactured that's good quality for
and
people
like
to
being
buy?
in charge of like having one child is hard enough as
I
a
know.
parent. Being in
Whole
charge of like
sweatshop.
1,000 of them in a sweatshop, you know.
I'm a busy guy.
Yeah,
I don't have that many whips. You
yeah,
know?
that would be
Luke's not
difficult.
selling that many shoes, though, is he?
Yeah, true. I'll have to get like 4 made. Nah, it's also like they'll probably cost cause shoes cost like $100, but you know, $100 merch is very expensive unless they're good shoes.
Yeah.
So unless like Vans wanted to do a collaboration, then. But also, I just don't think there's a lot in it for them. Like, I can promise you upwards of 80 sales.
Yeah, that's a big risk for
I just need to know how many people would be interested in buying new shoes.
I mean, maybe that can be a bucket list.
But that's a bucket list merch item
Yeah.
for me. But yeah, U2's figure, no, it's a toy.
So didn't we just
U2.com,
agree?
guys.
Sorry, didn't we agree like 15 minutes ago that the new shoes bit was dead?
No, I never agreed that.
But you're like, long play.
They're
I wanna
brand
do
new.
merch.
I would like to
Dead.
put a temporary hold on the new shoes bit.
I just
until-
got them. They're fucking recently
suck.
acquired.
Guys, U2s.com, July 31.
God damn. But I'm wearing boots today, boot Luke.
Me and Luke were playing PlayStation the other night. We're talking about his new boots.
Yeah.
And I was actually going to say, hey, I think the new shoes thing is a bit old now. I'm getting a bit sick of it.
Yeah.
But then I decided that I just hold my tongue and let him
And
believe
bring it
it's
up
a
on
good
the
bit.
show and record instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call. No, I completely disagree with you all. And it was never a bit.
Mm.
You guys keep saying, oh, this bit, it's
Yeah.
got new shoes. What's funny about that?
You're right. There's nothing funny about it.
That's it. There was never anything funny about that.
Yeah. Guys, Luke, you might be devastated by this.
Okay.
This is very bad news for you.
Did Panic at the Disco break up?
Worse.
What?
The Australian
Fall Out
government,
Boy.
this is real, Australian government is considering banning TikTok
I saw this.
What?
And
just
is
before we started
investigating it
recording.
because it's almost definitely Chinese spyware. Make sure you follow me.
I
The military in all pretty much every like Western civilization, no military can have TikTok on their phones because they're that worried about it being spyware. And Australia is investigating the company and the country and wants to have meetings with everyone in charge of TikTok about
Jeez.
whether or not it's spyware.
no one trust the Chinese after this whole Corona thing, do they?
I
The
don't
world's
think
the world's
you
a
can
little
trust
bit.
them. No, they're a dictatorship.
India's already banned TikTok.
And India's banned it because what did they say? There was a quote. Can you pull up what India said about? They said something really ominous about
You know what?
TikTok.
It will be a bummer because I've got quite big on the platform. That'll be
Yeah.
a bummer for sure, but it's one less thing to post on. I
Yeah.
won't hate it.
No, wouldn't hate it. But you know what? You'd be absolutely devastated if you're one of those 15, 16-year-old girls who are huge on TikTok and nothing else.
Yeah.
Like there are TikTok stars now in Australia.
I mean, technically my biggest platform likes-wise is still Facebook, but that is redundant. Now my biggest platform is TikTok. I have
Yeah.
190-something thousand followers on it.
Yeah.
That's double my YouTube.
That's nuts.
Although it doesn't mean as much though. Like you're not getting those people back to watching a 10-minute video.
Are they
and stuff.
like, because that's a huge amount of people, but are they going anywhere else or are they just on your TikTok? Those people?
I reckon I get like 100 subscribers a week or maybe like every couple of days from TikTok. So maybe like a few thousand people have gone over, but
That's not that
not
many,
like
is it?
50,000 people.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'd have heaps more subscribers. I
Yeah.
reckon a couple thousand who have really got into my stand-up on TikTok have been like, okay, now I like this guy. But I've gone to check out, sometimes when people follow me, like I'll just go on TikTok now, right? And pretty much when you go on someone's profile who follows you, they always follow like 1,000 people.
Oh,
So
really?
it doesn't mean as much, where people don't subscribe to 1,000 YouTube accounts.
They don't follow
I
it.
subscribe to like 30 YouTube accounts.
Yeah.
I'm keep it nice and tight.
Yeah.
I only subscribe to people I want to watch on the regular
Yeah, right.
at all. So like, say if I just go on thing now, like click on someone who just followed me. This person follows 82 people. That's a lot.
I do wonder what will happen.
I think that's actually a bad example.
I wonder what will happen to shows, like promoting shows on TikTok when they do come back.
I was selling really well from it
Yeah.
at the start of the year. I was selling the best I ever have for this
But
tour
you
that got
weren't
cancelled.
promoting your shows though. It was just happening. Like I mean,
No,
like
no, I was putting my dates at the end of TikToks,
Ah,
and they were
okay.
getting like
that's how you're doing it.
500,000 views,
Yeah.
and 400,000 of those views, 75% of my views were coming from Australia.
Yeah.
So it was like
Yeah, that's
400,000
huge.
people seeing an ad for my tour. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was selling awesome at the comedy festival.
Well, what did India say about TikTok?
This article
Then
says
China did,
the Indian government on Monday morning said it was banning 59 apps developed by Chinese firms over concerns that these apps were engaging in activities that threatened national security and defense of India. And then an actual quote from India was, the compilation of this data, its mining and profiling by elements hostile to national security and defense of
So
India.
when you say spyware, does that mean like they're just using your email and data? Like, what are they actually? What information are they getting?
I saw
don't
this thing.
know.
I sent
My
it to Lewis the
face?
other day that it can actually detect all your information, like your IP address, but then like what apps you use when you use them, like all the data on your phone, essentially.
What are they doing with that data? Like, I don't care if someone has that data.
I think it's just.
We can find out how much on Instagram. It's creepy, but I don't care.
I think you might be surprised what a malicious government could do with your info. I suppose, I don't know, maybe China works out how many fucking people have this type of illness and need this type of medicine, and they go, all right, we're going to make sure they don't get that ingredient, and then everyone starts dying of whatever. You know, I don't know what they actually could do.
What could they do to us though in Australia?
Hang on, I'll get up
Unless they started a war, what could?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think there is going to be war. That's a big reason why we bought these fucking missiles. Like this, I don't think in terms of like World War I, World War II, there isn't going to be that type of like human conflict because everyone has nukes. We'd all explode. The new war is this shit. It's like economic and cyber warfare.
But what can they do? Like that's the thing
I
to
don't
us.
know.
What can they do to us in Australia? Like say me, I have a TikTok account. How are they going to target the individual
I don't know.
So
with
this
that information?
this thing I saw, and you might have to help me like explain what it means, but TikTok is a data collection service that can collect all the information of the phone hardware, including the phone number, CPU, hardware, memory use, disk space, and then other apps you use, everything network related, so including any computers your phone's connected to, the Wi-Fi name, the Wi-Fi access point,
Crazy.
and it has GPS pinging every 30 seconds. so it knows where you
Yeah,
are.
I get that.
Oh, I don't like that at all. Make
Dude,
sure you guys
every-
follow me, Lewis Spears, on TikTok. That's
and
crazy.
There's also this one.
Every app can fucking do that.
yeah, but
if you
not
bought
every
an
app
iPhone,
is,
you're essentially
not like Facebook and Apple and shit aren't reporting directly to the Chinese government. Like when you start a business in China, you're part of the government,
right.
whereas in America, you're separate from.
I mean, Lewis was really against the COVID Safe app. So why are you even on TikTok? That's a foreign government.
Well, because the easy answer to that, Ruben, is I'm benefiting personally directly from the app,
Makes sense.
and at least TikTok's pretending to not be government spyware. Also, hey guys, can we just all celebrate for a minute how consistently correct I've been about everything to do with coronavirus since before it even started here?
Oh,
Consistently
know.
correct.
Not-
Second wave,
not the
called
second
it.
wave stuff.
Yeah, I said
There hasn't. They're not calling it a second wave.
it absolutely is.
It's hotspots.
Our
Around
cases,
this area, there's none. Around my area, there's absolutely none. There was
but
been
our
one in the
cases
last
are
month.
exactly the same as they were at the start of this. It's round 2, baby. It's all over.
Keep saying that, but it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so.
I think it is, and especially because no one's social distancing anymore. No one gives a fuck.
No, he does give a fuck, but it hasn't been spreading in New South Wales, and no one gives a fuck. They reckon.
Yeah.
So who told me that? Was it? No, someone told me there was like they reckon it one person. It was a super spreader.
The
One
other
or two
states have done
people
it really well.
in Victoria spread it. They reckon
Well,
2 people.
a lot of people, because government's going around offering to test people for free. 1,000 people so far have said no to the tests, and the government's pretty damn sure that one of those people is the person who's given it to a fucking crazy amount of people.
Yeah.
That's because what I said was when we were doing really well and the government was like, great job, guys. I was like, okay, cool. They're going to open up, stay home and wait to see if there is a second wave. And I reckon we're in that now.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like as bad. I just think it might.
I think that's because people don't give a fuck about it anymore.
Yeah, it's just like it isn't as bad.
But you can also
Actually, at the top, I've looked at the thing. It wasn't as bad. Like it's about 2/3 of bad of what it was at its peak
Yeah.
in Melbourne.
But it's still climbing.
Yes.
But the difference is that the hospitals can handle
Hospitals
it
are
now.
ready for it now. That's the biggest difference. So when if there is a bad case, they probably won't die if they're like a normal, healthy person.
Now, do you want to do some thoughts? Turn this back into a comedy podcast.
Maybe. The main point is, guys, make sure you follow me on Chinese spyware app TikTok.
Yeah. He needs it.
For the good of the Chinese government.
Once again, just like the tick situation, he's lagging behind. So please
No, I
follow
actually have
Lewis
a tick on
Spears.
TikTok. I have a TikTok
No,
tick,
no,
mate.
but followers, like,
Yeah.
just, you know.
I've been going up, actually. I figured out my my method is just bullying people and then taking
That's
a
always
screenshot
been your
of
method.
that. And then
I don't know why you didn't do
reading
that from
it
the
out.
start. That's,
Yeah,
been,
that's
that's
always been my
why
vibe.
you're in that chair.
Yeah, that really is. Yeah. Yeah, that's back to my roots, man. I got someone good the other day on my Instagram. I posted a photo of me wearing a mask because I'm a responsible citizen.
I saw that.
Some
the makeup girl.
Some woman commenting from a something makeup goes, lose the mask. I said, you're a makeup artist. Let me know if I've done my eyeliner wrong or get a PhD if you want to give out health advice.
The problem
That'll
with
be
your
my next
fans,
TikTok,
though,
guys.
is like you already wrecked her. She replied to you going, haha, like tear face, like got me, Luke.
Yeah,
nice
she
one."
responded
Yeah, she thought it was
well.
funny.
Yeah.
None of these people start fucking
Everyone's
trying
like,
to
all right,
own
guys,
her.
let's fucking kill her.
Yeah, all your people jump in and
Yeah,
they're
don't
all,
do that, guys.
and they're just like, they're doing like, you did like a 9 out of 10. You got it, right?
Yeah.
Then people start throwing in 3s and 4 slams, and I'm like, what are you all doing?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And you're done.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up.
just like,
Guys,
shoo.
look, my comment section, just because I go back at someone doesn't mean I hate them. It's
a
everyone
good
knows.
meme.
That's the culture, bro.
He's
It's a
fishing
bit.
for likes. Come on.
Yeah.
He's getting that clout.
Yeah, just know that every time I wreck an idiot in the comment section, I'm just trying to get big on a Chinese spyware app to undermine the health and security of my nation.
Follow us. Almost at 200K. Before it goes down, I want to hit 200K.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
Also, Luke and Lewis has TikTok. That's going great as well.
Oh, that would be annoying because we've just hired someone to make TikToks on Chinese spyware.
Oh, true. We'd have to get rid of him if they take him down. That's going to hurt Australian jobs. China's won. You asking what they're doing.
Everyone's going to be like listening to this going, oh, fuck. Oh, well. Lewis, thoughts? Great. This is a segment where people send in thoughts. Now, we haven't had many original thoughts that we've brought to the show for a while now.
I haven't really been thinking.
Been doing much thinking?
No,
I have thoughts and I always just forget to write them down.
maybe that's it.
But they're never that good, my
No.
ones. My brain doesn't really work properly.
Someone screwed it in backwards.
That's pretty rude.
Well,
This one came in from Carl, listener of the show.
From
I
The
had
Simpsons?
a thought 1 hour ago. Huh?
From The Simpsons? Carl?
I don't know.
No?
No,
You didn't specify?
no. Carl Razor. So no,
What's Carl's second name? Is it Razor?
probably
I
not.
don't think he has a last name.
Does he mention Lenny at all in there?
All right. I had a thought 1 hour ago.
Okay.
So he sat on this for an hour, Carl. The room I was sitting in was pretty hot, and I started to cool myself down with creating
Down at
wind
Moe's Tavern.
with a
Sorry.
news. He said he started to cool himself down with stop playing to Keelan. All right, do you turn your own mic off? Lewis always like really plays the room here, and he knows how to make Keelan laugh, which is obscure Simpsons references.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, okay.
Lewis is back, and that's your fault, Keelan,
Why is that my fault?
because you laugh at dumb shit.
YouTube.com, guys.
What is that?
My plug. I can use it wherever I want. In
Okay.
the garage.
We're being rude to Carl. Okay, he's sent in a thought.
Well, la-dee-da. A garage. What do you call it? Carl.
Poor Carl.
Should have turned my mic back on.
Should we even do the thought?
That's a good thought. Yeah, do the thought.
Okay.
What's this cunt on about?
You wouldn't know.
No. Start again.
So he had a thought 1 hour ago. So we
Yeah.
waited an hour to send in the thought.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
The room I was sitting in was pretty hot, and I started to cool myself down by creating wind with a newspaper, like fanning himself.
Yeah.
But then it hit me. How does the air get cooler or just feel cooler because it's traveling in faster? Am I just a dumbass, or is there a simple explanation for this? I am also drunk, by the way. Love the show.
That's a good thought.
And you like fan air, and you're fanning room
Yeah.
temperature air. So even now, that's colder.
You know what else? Often, like,
Wind's cold as well.
yeah, often when shit travels really fast, it gets hot because of friction. Why doesn't
air.
that happen to air? Does that happen to air? If you were
No
to
friction
go,
in air.
if you were to blow really fast,
I don't
with
think
that-
oxygen and carbon dioxide gets. Is that what air is? A mixture of combination.
a
Is air
mixture of
just oxygen?
combinations, yeah.
No, is air a
Yeah.
combination of
H-
oxygen and carbon dioxide?
H2O, mate. Just add water.
That's water.
Uh,
What's air?
It's
made
isn't it
of?
O2?
Is it just oxygen?
I haven't been listening. What's the question?
No, because
What's air,
oxygen,
mate?
oxygen
Isn't it
comes
O2?
in a tank.
Yeah. Well, not all oxygen.
No, but like
Yeah,
pure
civilization
oxygen.
was really struggling until we found all these fucking tanks.
No,
Like,
but
oh,
isn't-
this will be easy to bring.
Pure oxygen.
Yeah, pure
air is
oxygen
full
is
of
different from air.
Bunch of shit like
Yeah.
pollution and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting back to why does it make you cooler when you do this?
Well, the actual answer was the question: how does an AC make cold air? Is that the
No.
question?
No.
Oh, okay.
Were you still laughing at Simpsons references?
I wasn't listening either, but I tried to catch on.
What are you two doing? Your job is to listen to the show.
Oh no, I'm doing work things. It was just
Did you look it up,
No.
Ruben?
Oh, now? Just now? I can do it now?
I can
Well,
give you the answer
isn't
about how
that the whole?
Should we get the TikTok
Job.
guy in to do your job?
I can tell you how an air conditioner makes cold air.
I
How?
don't give a shit how an air conditioner.
Oh, I do. How
it's
does
a,
it work?
It's a split system.
Yeah.
So some air goes over a cold coil, and some air goes over a hot one.
Oh, so it blows regular air over something cold.
Yep.
Right.
And
That's how I
that's
figured it
interesting.
worked because that's how.
Well, I never knew how it works, so that's pretty cool.
I
I
didn't
used to
know
have an
that either.
evaporative cooler where you put ice blocks in it,
So what's the actual
and then
question?
it blows
The
out
question
cold air.
is why doesn't air get it hot when it moves.
Like if you're fanning it with a newspaper, room temperature air.
this is dumb science that we've stepped into
Yeah.
this segment.
When you do this,
know
why
the
is it
answer to
cold?
this. I'm not sure. I
Great,
would
but we'll just
say
leave it there.
it has something to do with the temperature of your skin as opposed to the air. That was my guess.
Temperature.
So you reckon the
like-
temperature of the air doesn't change? It's just that our skin is hot.
I think you guys.
I reckon it's something
I think
like
that's
that, but that's
even
wrong.
dumber.
No,
I think you guys are wrong.
Why? What?
I don't think it gets cooler when it gets.
No, it feels cool.
That's what I thought. I thought that it would get hotter as it moved.
Yeah,
My
it
cheeks
does.
getting cold right now.
Then why does that happen? Why have I got chilly cheeks?
Is that because I got hot cheeks?
Temperature is basically the jiggling motion of atoms. The more they jiggle and move about, the hotter the temperature.
right? So air moving should get hotter, but it just feels cooler because you're hotter than air.
Oh,
That must
That's
be it.
exactly what I just
No,
said.
it's not. Can you
Cease.
do some work, please? Can you stop interrupting me?
There are two types of motion on the atomic scale. One feels hot, one feels cold. When atoms and molecules are jiggling really rapidly in random directions, they feel hot against our skin.
Yeah.
I can't believe they describe it as jiggling.
But
It is.
heat is removed.
That's why
from-
titties are always a different temperature than the rest of the woman,
Jiggling.
depending on size.
but heat is removed from the skin by processes of evaporation,
That's what I said.
radiation, and
I've been
conduction.
saying this the whole time.
Okay. I reckon we move on.
I
from
think we have
Carl's
to move
thought.
on because
Guys,
this is fucked.
Tristan sent one in.
Yep.
Hey boys, had a thought.
Ooh.
My phone was on low battery and had to be somewhere and wondered what would happen. Oh, and I had to be somewhere. That's kind of unnecessary. Anyway, and wondered what would happen if I plugged in my phone to a wall charger
Yeah.
as well as put it up on top of the wireless charger. Do you think it would charge twice as fast?
I have the answer for this,
No.
and it's no. I've done this because I had that thought, plugged it in, put it on the thing.
Because there'd just be one charging mechanism on it.
I guess. Yeah, nothing happens. The wireless thing turns on, and the wireless thing thinks it's charging, and so does the cord, but it doesn't charge faster.
yeah.
And it was completely the same, so it just made me think maybe I'm just breaking my phone.
Yeah, it's not designed for that, I think. Okay, well that's a
Easy answer. Done. I've got all the answers this episode.
Well,
Well, too
this
small.
one. I think I know the answer. This one's from Jamison Smith.
Okay.
Hey boys, had a thought
Hey, mate.
while I think Jamison's a female. So, hey, oh, they can still be a mate.
Boys can say boys.
Yeah.
It's allowed.
No, I thought you said hey mate. I just thought you were like hey mate.
I can hey mate a woman.
It's true, you
Hey,
can.
mate, what's
I just
up?
realized
We
that.
have a platonic relationship.
You do.
Never met her. Hey, stranger.
Had a thought while in a truck stop bathroom. Where do flies go in the winter time when it's raining? Do they have homes like a hive? I think
I think they
Flies
just
don't-
die.
they don't live for very long. They only live for like a week, don't they?
Yeah, but if they all died
breed
in the
in the
winter, they
summer.
would go extinct in the winter. So where do they go? There must
I
just
don't
be
know.
less of them.
Cracks and crannies.
Oh, crannies.
Is that the
Check
official
your
answer?
crannies, guys.
They're in a cranny.
Yeah,
Not a granny, a cranny.
in a cranny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in a granny's cranny.
Check your crannies. Check your fannies. They could be anywhere.
Great, well glad that's sorted.
I've got an additional thought
Mhm.
that's similar to that.
Yeah.
You know how there are a lot of birds, right?
Yeah, there are a
You
lot of birds.
very rarely see a dead bird. Where are they? Where are they
we've
going?
had
I
these
think we
dead
see
birds.
dead birds all the time.
We've had this
Hey.
thought on
Not-
the show.
Oh, we have.
No,
No,
my
we
friend
hadn't.
Dean said you never see birds sleeping. It was one of the original thoughts how this segment got started.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
much worse.
Yeah,
That was in the
dumb
prequel
question?
segment.
Yeah.
That was in the prequel segment.
Yeah.
Dean's thoughts,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
then we just
Opened it
expanded it,
up.
made it a little more broad.
Dean ran out of thoughts.
He did.
He stopped. He's in a coma now.
He goes to me the other day. He goes, "Do you still do thoughts?" And I said, "Yeah, I've kind of moved on from Dean's thoughts." And he goes, "You haven't been thinking much lately." And I was like, "I don't think you
been
ever
years.
were."
It's been years. You see dead birds all the time. I saw
No,
one
but
this
like-
morning. But
Yeah.
you don't see enough dead
Yeah,
birds.
That's
like
There are so many living birds.
Yeah.
But you see like one or two dead birds. A
maybe
week.
they don't die. They just kill one every now and then to make us think we do. You know?
right.
Don't let the humans find out we're immortal.
Yeah, one just like sacrifices.
One guy's like, look, I've been around for 30,000 years. I reckon I'm over it. Take me out, boys.
I think they just
Or
die in
birds of
the
boys.
bush and
Yeah.
shit.
The answer is because they don't just die when they're flying. They die in the nest or they get caught. And then when they are dead, they get eaten by smaller
The only
animals.
ones
I
we
suppose
see
so.
are ones that
Yeah.
get killed by animals. They
Or-
get left on the ground.
Or hit by cars. That's the only time you see dead birds. Yeah.
All right.
Should we do the Big Brother segment?
We do really have
We
to wrap up.
really
We
have
are
to wrap
Yeah,
up.
that's
Ooh,
right.
running-
But
ooh, running
it's
out
only
of
58
time.
seconds. So it's the bottom red one.
This one?
Huge penthouse apartment.
one.
It's
Oh, the wrong one?
the other one.
It's actually not red. It's pink.
Pink. Yeah, that one.
Huge penthouse apartment.
That was it. I don't like this.
And you were hating the shoe bit.
Hu- hu-
This is Big Brother.
Huge.
This is Big Brother.
It's launch week. Keelan's Big Brother recap starts in 5, 4, 3,
Opener's
2, 1.
So it's been a big week in the Big Brother house. Last night was a COVID-19 episode where the remaining 9 housemates learned about the pandemic. There was a compilation of housemates on phone calls with their families discussing what was going on in the world. And let me tell you, boys, great episode, but the promos made it look a lot more intense than it actually was.
What a shock.
Moving on to challenges, there was a find a token challenge, which Sarah won, giving her power of veto, saving herself from eviction.
Sarah.
July 30th.
And in the end,
Okay, yeah.
eviction was between Casey and Xavier.
get
It
one?
came down
Yeah,
to
I'll
6
get one.
votes
Get
to
one?
Xavier, 0 to Casey.
$29.99.
And that's done. I'm done.
Free shipping.
Guys,
Really
that's
good.
it.
Oh, good recap.
Matt with 1T voted against Xavier, which is fucking bullshit.
You got 5. Any last remarks?
And Daniel as well. They're in an alliance. That's it from me.
That's it. That's it, guys. That's the end of the episode.
Is that the first actual recap I've done of an episode?
That was a whole 60-second recap.
Yeah, that's great.
That was
did
good. I
good.
mean, I kind of tuned out. I was promoting.
I mean, not really. I don't want to go back on it because we've already finished the recap. But if I was to recap your recap just briefly,
Yeah.
you kind of just said the ads made it look better.
No, I told you actually exactly
with
what
1T?
happened in the challenge.
Did something?
Matt with 1T, moving on to challenges. There was a find a token challenge.
Oh no, that's never mind. I just didn't care.
There's actually the main challenge, the eviction challenge last night.
Guys, that's the end of the episode. That's it. Well, thank you very much for listening. We're going to talk to you guys in a couple of days. If you haven't checked it out, check out the episode with I Am Alex. Very funny, very
And
good.
we are also going to be recording a new secret podcast.
That's right. Secret podcast comes out on Patreon. We drop those twice a month. Oh, sorry, should have said that.
Oh, my mic's off now too.